Kaieteur Radio, keeping you informed.
Demerara and Essequibo 99.1 FM.
Berbice 99.5 FM. Kaieteur Radio.
Hi there, good afternoon. Welcome to your main newscast for today, Wednesday, January 25th, 2022. My name is Joshua Van Slytman and you're listening to us here on Kaieteur Radio. Let's get to the news in details. Hess operation is set to make over $2 billion annually in Guyana's oil, that should be on 3 oil ships alone. American Hess Cooperation announced yesterday that its 2023 capital exploratory budget totals $3.7 billion. Of note, more than 80% of it will go to its high-quality profit-making assets in Guyana and the USA. In fact, Hess said that 30% of that amount will go to production activities going. 46% will be for offshore Guyana developments, and 50% will go to exploration and appraisal activities. Detailing how the revenues will be spent in Guyana, has said $90 million will be plugged into the Liza Phase 1 and Phase 2 development on the Stabroek Block offshore Guyana. $1.21 billion has been allocated for the developments on the Stabroek Block, specifically at its Payara, Yellowtail and Uara fields. Additionally, Hess said $250 million was allotted for future development on the Stabroek Block. Significantly, Hess said $150 million is set aside for the gas-to-energy project, with first gas expected by year of 2024. The partners have said that the plan costs approximately $1.3 billion. In other news, Demerara Bank Limited on January 20th, 2023 signed a loan agreement with the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines to finance purchase of 50 prefabricated timber houses from a supplier in Guyana. The agreement was signed in St. Vincent and the Grenadines by General Manager of the bank, Duwalt Parbu, and Prime Minister of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Dr. Ralph Gonzalez. Demerara Bank said this collaboration will see the creation of an important model that will foster an environment for increased regional trade between Guyana and the Caribbean. The prefabricated homes built by Dervilla Homes, a local company in Guyana, consist of 1 to 2 bedroom and 3 bedroom models and are engineered to withstand up to a Category 4 hurricanes. The houses are expected to be delivered in March 2023 and will be given free of cost to families whose homes were damaged by the eruption of the volcano in 2021. Mr. Parbu related that the bank is deeply honored to partner with the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines in its recovery efforts. We tell you now that a wanted man on Monday, also known as O'Neill Hotskull Ben, was on Monday night involved with a shootout with police at a roadblock set up at Lewis Manor Quarantine. Ben was wanted by police in connection with a number of armed robberies. The shooting incident occurred about 21 hours, and Kaieteur understand that police acted on information, set up a roadblock along the Lewis Manor No. 19 public road and attempted to intercept a black Toyota Fielder wagon, when Ben, an occupant of the said vehicle, opened fire on the police ranks, who returned fire. According to the police, Ben ran into a nearby rice field but was eventually captured. The other occupants of the car were also arrested. And just before we head to a short break, Opposition Chief Whip Christopher Jones has described Budget 2023 as dismissal, while noted that it is a true reflection of the People's Progressive Party's civic ability to subscribe to good governance. Jones made his comments on Monday during the first day of Budget 2023 debates being held at the Artificial Conference Centre, Lilienthal. Senior Finance Minister Dr. Ashley Singh last week revealed a $781.9 billion budget, the country's largest budget. But according to Jones, the government has no interest in ensuring the equitable distribution of wealth amongst all Guyanese. He said that its true tests of good governance is determined by the ability to deliver on human rights, civil, cultural, economic, and political social rights. This is your main newscast on 99.1 and 99.5 FM. We will With more news after the break. When we return, the Guyana beats industry approval rates for gas project by 11 years, according to Rice Energy.
If something doesn't look right, then there is something wrong. And if you suspect child abuse, then you must report it to the Child Care and Protection Agency. During this time more than ever, we have to be the eyes and ears of abused children across the country. So if you see it, or you know it, or even if you just think it's child abuse, then you must report it to the police or call the CPA hotline on 227-0979.
A message from the Child Care and Protection Agency, Ministry of Human Services and Social Security, and UNICEF.
This is GHK Lal inviting you to join me weekdays from Monday to Friday on the National Outlook for commentary on a range of issues. Immediately after the 12 noon and 7 p.m. newscasts on Kaieteur Radio at 99.1 FM and 99.5 FM. Looking forward to you sharing in the conversation.
Welcome back. Thank you for joining us. On average, a gas discovery takes around 15 plus years to reach production. American oil major ExxonMobil, however, was able to acquire approval to start up the largest ever financial initiative pursued by Guyana within a record 4 years. This has made the new oil producer a perfect example of a nation that has wasted no time in accelerating development of its gas resource. Rice Energy's senior vice president and head of the Latin America, Mr. Parker, during the presentation on Tuesday at Trinidad and Tobago's energy conference hosted at the Hyatt Regency, put this into perspective for over 700 delegates. Parker was at the time presenting on Trinidad's gas production and the future of the sector on the global market. While Parker did not highlight the risk associated with a fast approval process, he did lament the benefits to be had from a financial perspective. Get the full details in today's Kaieteur News. The Guyana Police Force on a Tuesday issued a wanted bulletin for 65-year-old Dianarine Shaw called Boise for the murder of his ex-partner Nazaleen Mohammed. This newscast had reported that the body of 47-year-old Nazaleen, a housewife of Belfield Squatten area East Coast Demerara, was on Monday found floating in a canal with several wounds about her abdomen. The police in their initial statement had disclosed that the suspect has been identified as the dead woman's ex-partner. In a wanted bulletin, the police listed Shaw's last known address as Hope Estate, East Coast Demerara, and Crabwood Creek, Quarantine, Berbice. The police are asking anyone with information about the whereabouts of Dianarine Shaw to contact them on 225-6940, 225-8196, 226-7476, or the nearest police station. In other news, having been allocated in excess of 84 billion Guyana dollars from the 2023 national budget, Minister of Health Dr. Frank Anthony on Tuesday said that among the projects they are looking to execute this year is the construction of a hospital at Bartica and the introduction of new services which can cause the turnaround time for samples sent to the labs to be much shorter. Get the full details in today's Kaieteur News. In some great news, 2 Queen's College robotic teams represented Guyana successfully at the Caribbean Science Olympiad, a virtual event that saw the participation of teams from across the Caribbean region. The teams, consisting of 2 groups, competed in the Level 1 and Level 2 categories, respectively. According to a statement issued by STEM Guyana, the 2 teams persevered despite some challenges encountered. STEM Guyana is commending the students and said that robotics competitions are not just about engineering and technology, they are also about teamwork, collaboration, and determination. We tell you now that Guyana has recorded 1 more COVID-19 death, taking the total death toll to 1,294, according to the Health Ministry. The deceased is a 62-year-old woman from Essequibo Island's West Demerara region. Meanwhile, according to the ministry's dashboard, 23 new COVID-19 cases were recorded on Tuesday, with one person in the intensive care unit. This is Kaieteur Radio 99.1 and 99.5 FM and broadcasting to you live on Facebook and YouTube and on our website. We will return with your page 7 of the Kaieteur News immediately after these messages. Today's blunt is titled, Who Will Get the $5 billion Budgeted for Cost of Living? Cost of living measures got a budgetary boost of $5 billion. Who is going to get, and how is the mystery? Billions for cost of living measures is a perfect cover for thievery. We have to congratulate the PPP government. Its people always come up with schemes on how to trick and rob Guyanese. And with that, we've come to the end of your main newscast on Kaieteur Radio 99.1 and 99.5 FM. For these stories and much more, pick up a copy of the Kaieteur News at a newsstand near you, or head across to our website at www.kaieteurnewsonline.com. Follow Kaieteur Radio on Facebook and Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube channels. Have a great remainder to your Wednesday afternoon. Thank you for joining us.